Hi everyone, my name is Robin Love. I am a certified yoga therapist and the founder of the Hatha Yoga School. So for today's practice, I'm going to dive right in and we're going to be doing a practice around intention and cultivating faith in the process. There's a Sanskrit word, shraddha. And shraddha is a special kind of faith or trust that is specifically about this, the process that we engage with when we do a yoga practice. We don't know the outcome, so we have to have some kind of trust that something will happen. My teacher's teacher, T.K.V. Desikachar, used to say, well, we don't know what will happen when we do our yoga practice, but maybe it will be something good. So that will be our shraddha, or the faith in our practice that we will cultivate today as we do our moving and breathing. So we're going to start from a seated position. So please find a comfortable seated position where you feel supported and you feel a connection to the ground. I'm sitting on a bolster, so my hips are supported and my legs are resting comfortably on the ground. And I can sit up nice and tall, so I'm breathing freely and no hindrance there. And we'll be here for a couple minutes, so you want to get comfortable. And then we'll be standing and a little bit laying on our back, and then again to seated. So I have a yoga mat. You may want a yoga mat. Not required, and you may want to have some blankets or bolsters or pillows, just something so you feel supported in your practice. So as you come to your comfortable seat, just take a moment to check in. Really let yourself land in your space, in your room, from whatever you were doing previously. You might close your eyes. So we want to start to draw our attention inward and not be so distracted by the outside world, just for the next 30, 40, 50 minutes or so. Let's see how long it lasts. As you settle, let's bring one hand onto our chest. Maybe the first finger thumb lands somewhere up near your collarbone. And as always, if putting your hands directly on your body is not something that is comfortable for you, you could even just put your fingertip there, or you can skip that part, just acknowledging this is not something that everyone enjoys. And the other hand we'll put on our lower abdomen, thumb somewhere near your belly button. Again, if this is a distraction for you that calls you away from a feeling of calmness and centeredness, then you don't have to do it. It's really, these are just a way to help us connect to our breath by allowing us to feel the movement of the breath in our body. So as you inhale through your nose, if your hand is on your chest, you may feel some movement underneath it. And as you exhale, we're going to gently draw in the lower abdomen. So if your hand is on your lower abdomen, you would feel a gentle, not aggressive, kind of drawing in of the lower abdomen as you exhale completely through your nose if you can. Inhale, feeling that expansion, the fullness of the breath. We want the breath to be long, slow, and steady. Exhale, there's a gentle drawing in of the lower abdomen, emptying out completely, so that the next inhale could be just a little bit longer, but see if you can maintain a steadiness and a slowness to the breath. And then, so it becomes almost like a wave coming in, going out, with no hesitations in between. And we want the inhale and the exhale to be about the same length. And we're going to be moving with this long, slow, steady breath, so it needs to be sustainable. We can allow sometimes the breath to get so long, but then we start to move, we can't quite keep it going. So you want it to be a sustainably long, slow, steady breath with the inhale about the same length as the exhale. A couple more breaths like this as you just develop that pattern of breathing. It's individual for everyone, so your correct length is your correct length of breath. And then maintaining that, you can let your hands rest where they are. Maybe the hands want to rest in your lap with the palms up. Just take a moment and you might set an intention for the practice. Something small. Almost how small can you make it? So and then maybe a small intention for the day. Whatever comes to mind. Maybe even make it smaller. Maybe you have a long-term goal or intention. You might call your mind to that. I'm a big fan of allowing whatever to arise that wants to arise and not trying to figure it out or judge it. And then we'll let all of that go. Staying with your long, slow, steady breathing, I'm going to do a short mantra. If it starts to get in you and you want to chant along, please do. But if not, you're just going to let it float over you. Om Shraddhāya Namaha. 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 Last one. Om Shraddhāya Namaha. We'll make our way to standing. So coming to a standing position. I may or may not demonstrate for this practice, so you can just listen and trust, part of your shraddha, that you're doing it correctly without needing to have too many visual references. Trust your body. This is part of shraddha. You're doing it just right. Let your hands come alongside your body, just hanging down. Feet could be about hip width apart, and generally it's nice to have your feet in a parallel to each other position. So you feel stable, connected to the ground. You'll find that long, slow, sustainable breath, breathing through your nose. And connecting some movement to that breath. So the breath is going to be the guide for the movement. On your next inhale, let's inhale and send the arms out to the side for the full length of the inhale. Movement matches the breath. Exhale as you slowly draw in your lower abdomen gently, the arms float back down. landing at the end of the exhale again by your sides. Inhale, you might start the inhale and then lift the arms up. Perhaps you go a little higher this time. Exhale, float the arms down. They ride the exhale as they lower down, finish the exhale. Keep going like that. Inhale, the expansion, the opening, the lift and lightness of your inhale. Exhale, draw the belly in, connecting to the stability and the grounding as you lower the arms down, finishing. Exhale. Couple more like that. Inhaling. Don't worry about bringing the hands or the fingertips up towards the ceiling. That's not so important. Exhale. More important is you're establishing a pattern where the breath leads the movement rather than the other way around. So your breath is your guide. One more like this. Inhaling, arms will come up and out to the sides. And then exhale, they float back down. Very slow and steady and sustainable. We'll add a little bit more movement that is again connected to the breath. So this expansion of the inhale is expressed through our arms, and we're going to do some forward folding that will be initiated from that abdomen drawing in. So we'll continue the arm movement. Inhale, the arms will come up. As you exhale, you draw the belly in and you fold forward over your legs. Keep the knees soft, knees bent as you come down. Think more about opening out the back of your body rather than about touching your toes or touching the floor. When you inhale, come up, you're going to almost scoop up with the arms. Again, the breath leads the movement. It's a strong back as you come all the way back up. And exhale, lower the arms down. Stay standing, lower just the arms down. We're going to do that 2 more times. I think I will demonstrate. It's a warm day here, so please forgive my attempt at yoga pants shorts. So closer. So I'm standing in my hip width position. Inhale, bringing the arms up and out with the length of my inhale. Exhale, my knees are soft, draw the belly in, I fold forward. My chin is a little tucked. Inhale, reach out, lift with the inhale, come all the way up to standing. Stay there, standing. Exhale, just the arms float down. We'll do one more. You're using your breath. So if it doesn't match mine, that's fine. Inhale, the arms will come up. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward folding. Inhale, reaching up, come all the way back up. And exhale, floating the arms down. I'm going to come to a kneeling position at the back of your mat. So if you have a mat, you're going to have the long end in front of you. If you don't have a mat, that's fine. You're just going to need a little bit of space in front of you. If you're doing it on a carpet or a rug, you might want to have bare feet so you don't get too slippy. And we're going to do a version of a Surya Namaskar, starting in a kneeling position. We're going to use the breath, as always, as our guide for the movement. Inhaling, let's come up. Send the arms up as you come up onto your knees. Exhale, as you draw your belly in, you'll send the hands down to the mat. The chin is a little tucked. You're coming into a child's pose position. You could have your heels on your hips on your heels or not. Inhale, you come up all fours. Have a sense of that expansion under the collarbones rather than lifting the chin. So there's an expansion there. Exhale, engage the toes, lift the knees. Keep the knees pretty bent. Press through the hands and send the hips away. Stay here for a full cycle of breath. Next, inhale, drop the knees. Feel again that expansion under the collarbones. You can let the tops of the feet return to the mat. Drawing in the belly on the exhale, sending the hips back. Inhale, come all the way back up. Open wide at the top. Exhale, lower the arms down as the hips come back onto the heels. See if you can land everything at the same time. So we're going to do that a few more times. Inhale, come up onto the knees. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, soft arms. Feel that openness under the collarbones, and exhale, engage the toes, hips back. Maybe you go straighten your legs just a little bit more this time. Stay here, take a breath. Think of the spine being long, pressing the first finger thumb into the mat. Next, inhale, drop your knees, look up. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, up onto the knees, open wide. Exhale, sitting back. One more like this. As always, using your own breath. If it doesn't match mine, please trust your breath. Inhale, come up. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, Chakravarkasana, look up. Exhale, Ardha Mukha. Stay here for a breath. Maybe you straighten your legs, you could pedal your heels, or maybe you keep the knees bent and really focus on keeping the spine long. Inhale, drop the knees, look up. Exhale, draw the belly in. Send the hips back. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, returning to the starting position. So that's a very simple, if I call it a mandala kind of Surya Namaskar, where you just go the way out the way you came in. It can be nice and easy to remember. Let's make our way onto our backs and just take a rest for a minute. So lay comfortably on your back in any position that would feel comfortable for you. You could support your head with a pillow or a folded up towel. Knees can be bent or legs out straight. Just take a moment and rest. I'm going to again chant the mantra, but I'm going to chant it softly. You can chant along softly if you like, or again, just let it flow over you like water. Om Shraddhāya Namaha. Om Shraddhāya Namaha. Om Shraddhāya Namaha. Shraddhāya Namaha. Om Shraddhāya Namaha. Last one. Om Shraddhāya Namaha. Again, allow the breath to become long, slow, and steady in a more intentional way. If it's helpful, you could again put some hands on your torso so you can feel that movement of the breath as it comes in and out of your body. Otherwise, you're just letting the breath grow long and slow and steady. Creating that pattern. Once you've established your pattern, if your knees are not already bent, you're going to bend your knees and bring your feet onto the mat or the floor. And then you're going to send the feet up and catch your knees with the palms of your hands. So you're just going to let the palms of the hands rest on the kneecaps. Take a nice inhale here, that long, slow, steady breath. As you exhale and draw in the lower abdomen, just letting the knees drop in towards the torso or the chest. Inhale, they'll come away, the arms will straighten. You might want your legs slightly wider than hip width apart here. Exhale. I'm going to draw the thighs or the knees in towards the torso or the chest. Inhale, they'll come away. You're moving at the speed of your breath. So it's not a big movement and your breath might be quite long. That's fine. It just means you're moving slowly. Exhale. We're going to add in a little more here. Exhale. Next inhale. I'm going to send my feet up towards the ceiling and open my arms out into that inhale position. My legs are apart and my feet are flexed. I might keep my knees a little bent. Exhale, draw the knees in. Catch the kneecaps and the palms, thighs towards the chest. Inhale, feet towards the ceiling. Open wide with the arms. And keep going like that, moving at the speed of your breath. Exhale, this is Apanasana. Inhale, we call this shorthand UPP. Exhale. With each inhale, my legs get a little straighter, maybe yours do too. Or you keep the knees bent, thinking more about the soles of the feet being parallel to the ceiling. Finish the one you're on, and we'll do one more. After your exhale, I'm just going to let the feet come back onto the mat. We'll send our arms out like a T. Take a nice inhale here. Our chin is a little tucked. I don't think I said that. Exhale, you're going to let the knees drop to the left, but you're going to keep your feet mostly on the ground, so they might only go about halfway. Inhale, they'll come back to the center. We'll do the other side. Exhale about halfway. Don't go the whole way on the first one, please. Inhale, come back to center. You're going to keep going like that. My feet are apart, about hip width apart, and I'm trying to kind of keep my feet on the mat. So I'm just going a little ways. Inhale, coming back, still moving at the speed of breath. Still drawing in the abdomen on the exhale. Just like those waves at the beginning, there's a fluidity to the movement through my legs that matches the fluidity of the breath. This is going to be my last one on my right side. I started on the left, so they've done equal numbers. So I'm going to come to that inhale position and stop there. So we'll meet up there. So we've done equal numbers on both sides. Then we'll take our feet and actually bring them together, so no longer hip width apart. You're going to feel your big toes, ankles touch. And it'll be the same thing, but now the feet will come off of the mat. So take a nice inhale here. Exhale, the legs will come down towards the left and the feet will come off of the mat. The soles of the feet come off of the mat. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, the other side again in this kind of fluid, watery, wave-like motion without any stopping in between. If you want, you can start to move your head in the opposite. So legs go left, I look to the right. Inhale, back to center with both the knees and my gaze, and then exhale, legs go right, my gaze shifts to the left. If that feels okay for you, you can do that. If your shoulder is coming off of the floor or the mat, that means you're going a little too far with your knees, so don't go quite so far into the twist. You want to feel stability in the upper back. That means feel the connection to the ground there. Still moving at the speed of your breath. We're going to do one more, but if either of those two options, feet hip width apart or feet together, felt really fantastic, stay with that one. Third option, take the feet off the mat, bring the shins about parallel to the ceiling, and now we'll move both legs with the feet not touching the floor. You can still do the head movement, but again, if this starts to feel like adding tension or too much effort, then you're going to bring the feet back down and do one of the two previous versions. Nice inhale, exhale, both legs move to the left as I gaze to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, legs to the right, gaze moves to the left. Inhale, center. We'll just do two more on each side. So I'm not actually even letting my knees touch all the way down to the floor. And we'll send our feet down to the mat. Bring our hands back down alongside our body. So to scooch down on my mat somehow with all that twisting. So we're gonna extend our legs. Inhale, send the arms overhead. Exhale, you're going to lift the legs as the arms come back down by your side. So drawing into the belly is going to help lift the legs. So exhale. Inhale, send the heels back down onto the mat as the arms come overhead. Exhale. Keep going like that. We'll do 2 more. Notice if your breath wants to get shorter. I know mine is. So I'm noticing it. Doesn't mean you need to change it, just notice. Good. So that was inhale. Next time I exhale, I'm going to send the feet up and stay there. As I inhale, I'm going to open my arms out again like a T. All right, so this has several versions. Just to know, one is not better than the other if you are feeling tension or discomfort. So this is where you may want to have some supports nearby and handy. Inhale here, and then as you exhale, you're going to send both feet over to the left side, maybe coming to touch the left hand that has its palm up. If you can do that and keep your shoulder on the mat, you could turn your head, look right, and stay here for 8 breaths. So, it's hard to get up out of that one. If that is not your experience, if your shoulder, for example, is coming off of the mat, or you can't get your feet onto your hand, things that are very common, very ordinary, very normal, then you're going to bend the knees, and then you're going to exhale, bring both knees down onto the floor, and then turn your head. If this is also causing tension, then you're going to use your supports so that you can bring the floor up to your legs to a position where this situation is easeful and stable. So there's no extra tension in my hips or my legs. I'm not hovering off the ground and trembling. I can rest here quite comfortably and then look in the opposite direction. And while we're here, we're going to spend all our time and attention on our breath. So now in this position of a twist, whatever version you're doing, I'm going to stay here because it feels awfully nice. Inhale now through your nose and feel that expansion. Exhale, I'm drawing my lower abdomen in, really emptying out. And we're going to stay here and take 8 nice, long, slow, steady breaths in this position. Stay here, 8 breaths. Again, inhale equals exhale. When you're done with your 8th breath, then you're going to come back up to the center on an inhale. I'm not rushing you, so take as much time as you need, but just letting you know what's coming. So you'll inhale, send the legs back up to the center, and then exhale to the other side. So whatever version you do on one side, please do the same version on the other side. So if the legs were straight, you'll put the legs out straight on the other side, but again, with support, really noticing like you want your shoulders to be on the mat in a way that is part of that ease and stability. If that's not happening, bending the knees and then supporting as needed. And you'll stay there 8 long, slow, steady breaths. Your head could be neutral in the center, or you can look in the opposite direction. Really focusing on that movement of the breath in and out of the body, that gentle contraction in the abdomen on the exhale, filling of the lungs and the torso, the chest on the inhale. Allow yourself this gift of really letting the breath get long and slow. There's no rush. So you can even hit pause and stay. Because I can't see you, I don't know, so I'm going to proceed. If you need to hit pause, please hit pause. So you'll inhale after your 8th exhale, you'll inhale back to center. And exhale, if your knees are bent, you'll catch again your hands, the palms of the hands on your knees. If your legs have been out straight, you'll bend your knees, catch your knees in the palms of your hands, and you'll do that Apanasana, that what we started with when we were on our back. Again, 3 or 4 times, just gently. So 3 or 4 times, inhale, the knees will come away, the arms straighten, exhale, the knees come in towards the chest. As you exhale and draw your belly in, that helps the knees to come in. Again, you can have your legs wider than hip width apart if that is more comfortable for you. 3 or 4 like that. And then take another rest. So once you've done 3 or 4, Apanasana, let the feet come back onto the mat, maybe legs extend or keep the knees bent. Any comfortable position on your back, take another rest. I'm going to again chant the mantra, which I hope by now maybe you could chant along softly. We'll do it softly. Maybe you want to chant with this one. Om Shraddhāya Namaha. 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 Last one. Om Shraddhāya Namaha. Just for a moment, imagine that those waves of the breath in and out are like waves of water as if you're floating on water, safely floating on water. That wave of the breath is just rocking you gently as you float, carrying you along, and you trust. Trust those waves, that water, that breath. And as you're ready, you can let that image go for now and roll onto one side. Use your hands to help you and come back up to a seated position. Again, a comfortable seated position. I'm going to grab my bolster and support my hips. I'm going to do a short pranayama called Anuloma Ujjayi. If you don't know Ujjayi breath, it's fine. We're just going to be letting that breath be long, slow, and steady. And Anuloma Ujjayi is where you inhale, as you normally do, through your nostrils. But the exhale is an alternate side nostril. So we'll be blocking off one nostril and exhaling through one at a time. And there's a special hand position to use for Anuloma Ujjayi, which is if you held your hand up with your palm facing outward, this is my right hand, so use your right hand, hold your right hand up, and you're gonna drop the first two fingers, actually it's your middle finger and your pointer finger down, and then you're gonna turn your palm to face you. And then it's the ring finger is going to block off your left nostril, and your thumb will block off the right. And I'm actually just a little bit above this very soft, rounded part of my nostril. So I'm blocking off just above there with my fingers. And I'm trying to keep my arm kind of away from my chest so that I'm not inhibiting my breath. It's actually a little easier to take off your glasses, a little more access to the nostrils. So again, we'll inhale through our nose. If you know Ujjayi, you could inhale Ujjayi. But otherwise, long, slow, steady inhale. And then I'm going to block my left nostril and exhale just through the right side. Release, inhale both nostrils. And then block off the right side with my thumb and exhale left side only. So what you might notice is because your exhaling is coming out a half of the volume, you can go slower. So now your exhale is going to be longer than your inhale, and that's good. That's what we want. So inhale both nostrils, and then again, I block off my left side, exhale right only. Release, inhale both. Block off the right side, exhale left only. Release, inhale both. Right side only. Keep going like this. We'll do one more round so that the final breath, the final exhale, will be through the left side. Once you finish, you can let the hand rest in your lap, palms up, letting go of conscious control of your breath, breathing in a comfortable, easeful way. Recalling again this idea that the breath is like water flowing, waves flowing. See if you can stay connected to that sense of floating in the water, really letting the water be just the right temperature for you. Knowing that you are trusting the breath, trusting the waves, trusting the water to hold you. If your mind wants to drift away, as it will, maybe you chant softly the mantra. Om Shraddhāya Namaha. And bring yourself back to that breath, to those waves, to being held by them all, the water, the breath. Stay here as long as you like. Again, if it's feeling correct, you might like to pause and stay connected to this water, to this breath. As we finish up, do just a little bit more. Inhale, disconnect from that image, and inhale, send the arms out to that inhale position. As you exhale, we'll bring the hands to the heart with the mantra. So exhaling, Om Shraddhāya Namaha. Inhale, open wide. Om Shraddhāya Namaha. Om Shraddhāya Namaha. Om Shraddhāya Namaha. Last one. Om Shraddhāya Namaha. Stay with the feeling for another moment. Stay with the feeling. We're going to come back into that Chakravarkasana position, that all fours, and you're going to keep your eyes open. So keep your eyes open. Breath is gentle but more normal. Take that nice inhale, and then as you exhale, let the hips move back. Eyes can stay open, really gentle. Inhale, come up. Exhale, move back. Do 3 or 4 like that. Eyes open, gentle breath. And that will be our practice for today. May any merits of our practice benefit all beings. And may we move forward into our day with wisdom, compassion, and awareness. Thank you for your practice.